Hey everybody, so I'm up here at Shauna's and I got a couple new decks in, so I figured I would do a couple of deck reviews. I've actually used these a couple of times so far and I'm getting some good things out of them. They're a little tricky to work with, so anyway, we're going to start with the first one, which is, I don't have the box with me, but it's the Paulina Tarot. This is the back of it, so it is reversible. Now, in the Paulina Tarot, it's similar to the Shadowscapes to me, but it's a little more complex. And the reason I say that is, like, for instance, here's the Empress. And if I can keep the glare off of it, you can kind of just see the depths of the card, and it's not wanting to focus. Anyway, there's a lot going on in the card itself. So there's, let's see, what else do we have here? Like, here's the Tower card. And like I said, I've used these a couple times, and it's a little more difficult when you haven't read them with these cards, or haven't done these cards before. I normally go on the intuitive side of tarot. I don't really do too much of the book. One thing that I do notice is when you're looking at, like, this here, this is the Eight of Wands, or yeah, Eight of Wands. The wands are, in this instance, they are little arrows that are just kind of shooting off. But as you go along the cards, they kind of, they're a little different. So, like, here's the Devil. This is the Devil card. And you kind of see that these two are chained together, and they're sitting on top of a chest. Actually, the Devil is the green person. But there's, like I said, it's very whimsical. There's lots of stuff. Here's the Ten of Cups. But yeah, it's very whimsical and very, I don't know, how can I say? I like it. It's because there's when you're looking at it, every time you look at the cards, there's something different that you can see. So, and I like the way that they portray a lot of the different characters. Like, here's the Hierophant, which is portrayed as a tree that's got a lot of little creatures and whatnot sitting down below, and he's telling a story. There's a storybook right here, and the Hierophant is a tree. And so there's lots and lots of different aspects. Here's the High Priestess. Let's see. Here's the Magician. And here's Judgment. I do like Judgment. This is different than the normal Judgment card. The normal Judgment card has a couple of people sitting down below, and there's an angel, they're blowing their horn overhead. This isn't the original Rider-Waite deck. But this one is a little different to me. This one, when you're looking at it, it honestly looks like an hourglass to me. So, but yeah, so I mean, I highly recommend this if you are okay with the busyness. I mean, there's lots of stuff going on in these cards. Here's the Hermit. It's portrayed more in the female or feminine versus the male or masculine features. Here's the Hanged Man. But yeah, you have to be okay with the busyness because it's not a deck that everybody's gonna be able to sit down and look at and figure out or be able to read. It's just not. Here's the Three of Cups, which is beautifully made. The Moon card. And this is by Paulina Cassidy. I'm not sure if somebody else did the artwork or not. Okay. It doesn't say if she did the artwork. Here's the Death card. Similar layout to the Rider-Waite, but different. A different aspect. There's a bird down here. It looks like kind of like a phoenix to me. There's also what appears to be a cat with wings up in the top. But then you also have in the tree, there are faces. So, the Wheel of Fortune. The Two of Swords. This is a pretty card. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. I mean, there's this one here. Here's the Three of Swords, which you would normally see through a heart. And this one is, the person's expression just kind of tells it all when it comes down to this card. And in his hands is a dying pet or dead pet, looks like. But like I said, I recommend this to anybody that is willing to try and interpret these. I have found, here's Justice. I found that doing these readings, every time I look at the cards, I see something different. And when you're doing it as an intuitive tarot reader, you look at the card and you pick up something, and whatever you pick up, that's what you're supposed to be picking up. So it's definitely different, but I absolutely love the artwork in it, and I like the simplicity of the back. It's the normal size of a tarot deck. But yeah, so if anybody has used this deck or has any questions about it, the readings that I got from it, whenever I did the readings, they were fairly accurate. Doing it for the first couple of times, it wasn't spot on like I would like it to be, but it did work. So it's definitely one that I see myself getting used to using. Because right now I just kind of use the Deviant Moon Tarot and a Rider-Waite deck, even though I have somewhere around 18 or 19 decks. Which isn't a lot compared to some people like, I don't know, Arwen, for instance, or Avalon, or, yeah, those people that have a ton of tarot cards. I do have the opportunity, though, that I'm going to possibly get to start reading at the place that I put my goodies into. Over at Earth and Soul. I just got to do a reading for the owner so that they can see how my readings are and things like that. I'm moving my chair down. How accurate and things like that. So it's a work in progress, and I'm going to be very busy. So yeah, but speaking of Earth and Soul, I got this beautiful crystal. You can't really see it. It's wrapped in copper. But yeah, so if you have any questions about this deck, or if you've used this deck before, please leave any comments down below. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if you want to see certain cards, because I know some people don't buy decks unless they see certain cards. So if you want to see a certain card, by all means, leave it down below, and I will do a little, excuse me, I got the hiccups, a secondary video that has the cards that people want to see in it, and just those cards. That way we're like doing the whole deck all at once again. So anyway, much love to you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.